Welcome back. This is video 10 of the series How to Use YouTube for Customer Support, and it's also the final video in this walkthrough. In the last video, I covered the basics of reviewing metrics at the individual video level. That approach is critical early on in your channel development. However, once your channel reaches steady state, the reality is that you'll spend far more time analyzing your support library as a whole rather than looking at each video one by one. About 10 years ago, YouTube allowed creators to pull analytics for groups of videos based on playlists. That made large-scale reporting much easier. Unfortunately, that functionality no longer exists. Today, if you pull analytics directly from a playlist, you only get playlist-specific metrics, not full video performance data. And when you're managing dozens, or in my case, hundreds of support videos, pulling metrics individually is simply not feasible. The good news is that there is still a workaround that allows you to report on large groups of videos at once. Start in YouTube Studio and navigate to the Analytics section in the left rail. In the top right corner, click Advanced Mode. In the left rail of the screen, you'll see a section titled Controls and your channel name outlined in a gray box. Click on that name. This opens a menu where you can search for videos or playlists. Select groups from the top menu, then click Create New Group. Make sure to give your group a clear, descriptive name. You can now add up to 500 videos per group. If you have more than 500 videos, you'll have to create additional groups for reporting. The fastest way to do this is by pasting in a list of video IDs. If you don't have that, you can search for videos or scroll through the list and manually select them. Once your videos are added, click Save. You now have a video group that can be reported on as a single unit. In my case, I'm able to easily and routinely report on 356 videos at once using this method. In the left rail of Advanced Mode, select your date range. For monthly reporting, I always select the previous month. Next, above your content table, click the plus button to add metrics to your report. One important tip here. Always write down the order in which you select metrics. The order you choose determines the column order in the exported file. If you're doing month-over-month reporting, consistency here is absolutely critical. Over time, I've narrowed my reporting down to the metrics that provide the most insight for support content. Likes, dislikes, cards shown, card clicks, end screen elements shown, end screen element clicks. Every month, I pull these same metrics in the exact same order. Once your report is configured, click the download icon in the top right corner and export the data as a CSV file. If this is your first time working with YouTube data, I suggest you download the practice template that is linked in this video's description. That will allow you to follow along and interact with the data. Once you've downloaded the CSV file, you can ingest it into any reporting tool. For simplicity, I'll walk through an Excel-based setup that works extremely well with pivot tables and charts. Open the downloaded YouTube file labeled Table Data. Copy all rows of data into your master Excel file. Since I maintain a monthly database of YouTube data, I continually upload each month's data to the end of my master spreadsheet to provide a single source of data for historic YouTube reporting. For my report output, this generates data in columns A through P. Depending on your data selections, your column count could be more or less. Next, add the following columns to the right of the YouTube data. Month. Enter the numeric value of the reporting month. For example, January equals 1, February equals 2. Up through December is number 12. The next column I add is year. This gives me a month-year combination that allows for year-over-year reporting. Together, these two columns give you views per video per month across your entire library. At this point, you have a basic setup for reporting purposes. The following content is added to my spreadsheet through data lookups and other advanced features. While you might not need these columns when you originally set up your reporting, they become very useful for in-depth categorization and reporting as your library gets more complex. The category column is an XLOOKUP based on video ID. The reason that I do this is that I maintain hundreds of active videos spanning multiple business units and topics. I want to be able to assign different categories for each video type. These categories can include things like account management, cloud services, or device support. Essentially, whatever filters and categories you want to use in order to split and segment your videos for reporting, this is how you automate those splits. To accomplish this, I maintain a second tab titled Video Filter. Each month, I will update the filter tab with the 5 to 10 new videos that have been uploaded to YouTube. This tab includes the following items for each video that I'm managing: video ID, video title, and video category. Additionally, if you're mapping your videos to specific call center topics, you can add that as a column as well. An important note, because video titles can change, always use video ID as your primary analytics key. It is static and will never change. The X lookup references the video ID and returns the appropriate category. This allows you to analyze performance by category, topic, or business unit. I also include a cost per contact for each video based on the call center that the video aligns to, as well as the total cost savings associated with that video's views. If you're interested in learning how to build these models for your company, feel free to reach out. Also, if you plan to import this data into Power BI, add one more column titled Date that combines the month and year columns. This is done through a simple AND formula. Many BI platforms won't understand the segmented month and date columns and will want an actual date format. For example, the combined month and year would produce values like 7-2024. With this structure in place, highlight your dataset and insert a pivot table, placing it on a new tab. From here, you can analyze monthly views by category, performance of individual videos, trends across video types, and changes over time. This basic setup is more than enough to get started. At this point, I've moved beyond Excel and now use Power BI for executive level reporting. Using the exact same data structure, I import the Excel files directly into Power BI and build dashboards for leadership readouts. This allows me to not only create more visually appealing dashboards, but it also allows me to combine my YouTube data with analytics from other digital content and assets like websites and knowledge articles. Back in YouTube Studio, there are additional reports you can pull using your video group. The only other report I routinely pull monthly is Traffic Source. In the left rail of the Advanced Mode screen, select Traffic Source. This shows where your video views are coming from. Click on the Traffic Source option, and the report will update to show you where video views are coming from. I actually export two versions of this report. The first is the top-level report showing all traffic sources. Then click on the word External to see a breakdown of websites and search engines that are driving traffic. I export both of these and combine them in the same monthly report to track my source traffic monthly. Depending on your distribution strategy, another useful report could be the Playback location, which shows watch page views versus embedded views. That completes this series on using YouTube for customer support. With this approach, you can consistently track performance across hundreds of videos, identify trends, and confidently report impact to stakeholders and executives. Thanks for following along, and I hope this series helps you build a scalable, data-driven support video strategy.